So this is turning into a part 2 because last time, instead of pressing pause, I pressed the stop button. So whatever. I feel like my almonds are ready, so I'm going to take them out of the oven and I'm going to crush them, I decided. I don't have to, but I'd like to. So as you can see, there's not a lot, but they look great. And what I do is I just put them in a bowl, and then I just put a cup on top and I squash it. So that's my little trick, because it's like camping, right? I'm just making do with what we have here. So I got a bowl, I've got a cup, and I have to admit, I've done this a lot of times, and initially it can be hard to crush them, but once you get crushing, it's like easy to crush. And intentionally, like, I don't want this to be a powder. I want it to be some big bites, some little bites. I also want to wait for my almonds to cool down a little bit before I add it to this here. So as you can see, I didn't really touch it hard and it was able to crush. So I'm just going to put this on pause so you don't hear all the noise. So I'm done crushing my almonds. Some almonds are still whole. I don't really care. I like it like that. And the soup here, I'm just going to check on it. And I'm paying attention to the potatoes. And because I've added the lentils, I got to make sure that those are cooked, and the barley. So it's coming along really nicely. And I can tell just by looking at it that it needs more time. The cabbage is not cooked yet, and that's okay. And something I was concerned about was my soup turning into a stew. I did add more water to it, more salt, pepper, and more butter. I know I'm going to need to add more salt, but I'm just going to hold off on that because, like I said, when I put fresh salt, it really complements the soup. So when I serve it, I'll make that decision, executive decision at that time, just like us cooks do, because we don't follow the rules in the kitchen, right? We don't have to worry about baking and ratios. We don't have to worry about science, if you will. We just worry about tinkering with things, making it our own. Can you relate? Love to hear about it. So my soup's taking a bit longer than anticipated, whatever. Usually when I cook, I don't like any noise because to me, this is the sound of the music, if you will, like the witch's cauldron, the boiling, and it helps me be in the present moment. But sometimes when I'm cooking, it's kind of like 50-50. It's just like quiet. But in the mornings, I've got my Tara Wild, who now goes by Tara Braiding, or some kind of meditation music on, or sound bowls. And I also really enjoy just listening to the oldies. I love listening to the Everly Brothers and Paul Anka. I love Tammy Wynette and George Jones. And I also love rock and roll, the Rolling Stones. I love everything. I love, rap music, and I love the electric guitar. I really do. And really love bands like Iron Maiden. And so cooking for me is always kind of like a little party. And I'm wondering if you can relate. I just wanted to share with you, because it's taking a bit longer, that I put my apple prune salad in here. It doesn't taste like lemon, for what it's worth. And I'm glad that I'm eating these apples now, because I can tell that apple's probably only going to last for a couple more days. Piece of plastic here. My almonds, they're still too hot to add to my salad, so whatever, I'll just add that later. And I wasn't able to fit all of my salad in here, the pasta salad, so I'm just going to enjoy this here. Really fresh, And if you're cooking for a family, this kind of stuff goes a long way. right? And it's good food. And some people are like, pasta is evil, don't eat that. And it's like, you know what? Things like pasta and things that are made from wheat and rice and all those starchy foods like carrots and bananas and potatoes, people act like those are forbidden food to eat because you're going to get fat. And it's like, well, you know what? Like the ancestors thrived on that kind of stuff. And here in Canada, like the Saskatchewan area, that's our bread basket, if you will. And it's also vegan. And so if you're like me and you're new to vegan cuisine, I want you to try and have that mindset, like, this food is good for you. Things like carrots and turnips and beets and potatoes, yeah, they're high in starch, but you know what? Like in the wild, those are the foods that the animals go for. And in this situation here, if you're new to vegan cooking like me, just make sure that you're getting protein in your diet along with other minerals. And for what it's worth, if you look at the benefits of lentils and snap peas, they've got all kinds of minerals in there. Something else I would like to explore is more mushrooms in my cuisine. The person I'm cooking for isn't a fan of mushrooms, but I'd like to try that mushroom powder that you use instead of coffee. I'm really open to that. And just really love it. Virtual bite for you. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the fridge. So I just wanted to show you the dish soap that I'm using. I'm not being endorsed by any of these products, just sharing out. This is, it says Planet First. It's by JC. It's fragrance free. And I've never used this dish soap before. I've been using it for the last few weeks now. And I don't know about you, but I find when I do dishes, I put a good like 2-3 squirts of dish soap in there, and it gets nice and bubbly. But this stuff here, it doesn't really get bubbly at all. And I find I have to add a lot more dish soap to the water, so whatever. And I'm wondering if you can relate. And I did buy another kind of dish soap, which I thought was here. Yeah, it is here. It's called Eco Max. And I want to use this, but I'm going to wait until I'm done this here. And I like to get the lavender scent. I also like Dawn, the one that has the picture of the duck on it. I like using that. Our water is so important. And I forget the statistics, but something like out of all the 100% of water on this planet, 95% of that water or something like that is right here in Ontario. And out of that, 95%, like the 95% is fresh water and only 5% is like ocean water, something like that. I don't remember all the facts. Let me rephrase that. So out of all of the water in the world, the 95% of it is like sea salt. And so we can't drink that water unless like we treat it. But the point is we can't just like drink it. But the fresh water, that's the water that we drink. And out of that 5% of fresh water, that's the water that's in Ontario. Like 3 out of that 5% is in Ontario or something like that. So if anybody knows what the water ratio thing is that I was just talking about, let me know in the comments. I'm tired of looking things up. I don't want to be a know-it-all. My role is the hypnotherapist and showing you my ways of knowing in the kitchen. So I'd love to hear about it. So I don't know if I said this or not, but I actually put all the ingredients in the fridge, including the corn, because it's taking a bit longer and whatever. That's a reality and I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? I also wanted to update you that things are coming along with the soup, but the lentils, they still need more time. If I was really pressed for time, or if I had kids who were like really hungry and it was at that point, little kids especially, they don't understand, then I could just serve my soup right now as is. But I'm going to wait a bit longer. And I forget what the point that I wanted to make is the oven that I'm using is actually really high temperature considering it was on a low number. I only had it on 5, so I've actually reduced it to 1, and it's still boiling away. So hopefully that helps. And I wonder if you can relate. I don't want my soup to just boil and lose all of my soup to the steam in the air. And I wanted to share with you that as I'm just stirring this away, I was thinking, oh, you could add some tomatoes to this, or some tomato paste if there was leftovers and you wanted to change it up. And I'm wondering, how do you change up your leftovers? So I just checked in on my soup, and I think it's fantastic. If I was just cooking for myself, I would add more salt to the whole pot. But the person that I'm dining with tonight, they can add more salt, pepper as to what they desire. So I'm just going to assemble it and show you what it looks like. So remember, I put the corn in the fridge, so I'm just going to add that quickly. And I'm just going to bring this to a boil. I started tidying up all my stuff here. So I'm just adding the corn. It's still pretty frozen, actually. And corn doesn't take long to cook at all. So just while the corn is cooking, I'm going to assemble stuff simultaneously and show you how it looks. So I just want to show you now that I've added the almonds to my little apple salad here. There's not going to be any leftovers, I guarantee. And if there was leftovers, the nuts might get a little bit soggy, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. If I was making leftovers intentionally, then I could just put the nuts on the side and add the nuts tomorrow to the leftovers. So going back to the noodles, I just wanted to show you my little process here. So this is going to be my bowl that I'm going to eat from. I could just dump these noodles in there, but I don't want to. I might have leftovers for tomorrow. So I'm just going to put these in here just like that. Okay. I'm just going to remove my soup from the element, hot element. So here's my soup. And then as a side dish, I've got my amazing salad. So I hope you enjoyed cooking with Gina. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. I'm just going to take a moment here to zoom in on this. It is phenomenal. I gave it a taste test, and I'm going to add a little bit more salt, pepper to taste. Again, thank you for watching Cooking with Gina. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella, and I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Present Moment Alchemy. See you next time.